So welcome back, everybody, to segment 2, which is the health and fitness segment for Relentless Talk Radio. I have one of my faves on, Dr. Dan Wall. Is it Wall or Wool?
Wool.
It's wool, just like a ball of wool, right?
That's right.
and Dan is actually a one of my faves. He's a member of BNI Paragon, which is my former BNI right now. And he is a principal over at the, are you a principal or are you
I'm a staff doctor over
at
Chambers.
Staff doctor at Chambers Clinic. And he and I share a lot in common as far as our belief on marketing and health. So Dan, tell me who you are and what it is that you do at Chambers Clinic.
Sure. And first of all, Michelle, thanks for having me on. I am a staff physician here, naturopathic physician here at Chambers Clinic in Scottsdale. We're the largest naturopathic and integrative medicine clinic here in the state of Arizona. And a lot of people also ask, well, what is a naturopathic physician? And we combine the best of Western medicine and with the centuries-old traditions of natural healing, and really kind of the medicine of the future.
So Chambers Clinic is actually sponsoring me for the OCB Classic, and you guys have been. I've been super excited about it. So I've done a detox. So I've been on my own food program, and then coming in for a detox is really awesome. I had a lymphatic massage with Michelle Mills just coming on, I think in 2 weeks, and it was amazing. I mean, she's an amazing human being, period. I've had a colonic, which people kind of go, oh, gross, right? But really when you think about it, if you don't clean out your colon, it's kind of stupid to leave that by itself, right?
Well, a lot of waste can build up in the upper colon and kind of just block the kind of normal flow of fluids and electrolytes. And when that happens for a long period of time, disease can start to manifest up there and cause a lot of problems.
You have a garbage stuck in your body, literally.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it.
So basically, it's just that toxicity is leaking into your system all day long and making you feel like crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like having a house with old metal pipes. And, if you look at a pipe that's very old, if you look at a cross section of it, it gets corroded on the inside. So the water's still going to go through that pipe, but all the stuff is kind of built up along the side. So every once in a while, it is a good idea to kind of clear that out.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now, why, I know why you do what you do, because you and I have sat down and had lots of conversations, but
sure.
You were actually in marketing prior to being in medicine. And so why naturopathic medicine?
Yeah, it's a great question. I did. This is a second career for me as a doctor. I was in public relations and marketing for Fortune 500 companies for about 20 years.
And a rock star. You're doing well. Like you could have stayed there forever and been fine.
I could have, but I got, it stressed me sick. And I walked around with a gut ache for about 3 years. And every time I go to the doctor, nobody could tell me what was going on or give me a straight answer. And I finally had a friend who recommended a naturopathic physician, and this person nailed it right away, got right to the root cause of what it was. We tested, did a few very simple things, and within a few months I was feeling great. And at the time I was in a kind of a career transition. I was looking for the next thing to do, started talking to all the naturopaths, and realized that this has been my calling all along. So I've been doing that for quite a while now. And I really love my job, and really enjoy kind of bringing that, those principles and those traditions of the past, and kind of the individualization that our medicine can provide, just bring it to everybody, particularly busy professionals like us.
Right. They, literally, I have to turn the water on to pee when I'm on the phone lately. I'm so busy. And that can be really bad on your digestion, like crazy, right? If you're running, I was just talking to another professional this morning, and she's in between meeting and meeting. She's literally got to, find a way to make it to the bathroom. And if you do that for a long time under major stress, it does affect your digestion, your gut health, and how you feel, period. So, what's your biggest lesson, do you think, that you've learned over the years as a naturopath? What's the big takeaway for you?
Yeah, really, my biggest lesson is perseverance. And just kind of...
Word before you.
What's that?
Lisa, the interview before is the same word, perseverance.
Oh, well, maybe I'll come at it a different way, but, making the kind of career change that I did, there's some days that are incredibly humbling. There's some days that are learning experiences. There are some days where you have complete imposter syndrome, especially in the beginning. And then there's some days that are truly triumphant, where, I am the greatest doctor ever lived, and, all the patients get better, right? And, and so try not to let the highs get too high and the lows get too lows. And, when the lows do get low, just, to fight on and, and power through those things, because, tomorrow's another day. And I think, we're both in entrepreneurial enterprises, and I just think that those are great lessons. You got to keep pressing ahead.
Well, that's true. Like Chambers Clinic is an entrepreneurial enterprise. I mean, you come from a marketing background. Dr. Chambers, Dr. Keith Chambers, and I have been in a BNI chapter together for at least 10 years, one way or the other. He has an MBA, and he's also a black belt in like several different modalities. I mean, he's really like an extraordinary biker, just extraordinary dude. Super smart, and runs his business like a business that happens to be a
most doctors are either really good doctors or they're, okay business people, but rarely they're both. And Dr. Chambers is amazing because he really fuses both of those things together. And we built a really great practice here that gets great results for everybody, but it's also a very strong business as well.
And it's super, super smart. So what do you think the biggest thing a professional can do to improve their health is? So, we just talked about how, when we're busy, we tend to, not take the best care of ourselves. So what's the best thing that a busy person can do?
Absolutely. I think it boils down to 4 very basic things. You need to eat, rest, move, and connect with others. And if you can get all 4 of those, just those basics that we seem to get away from when we get so busy, that tends to reduce stress. It reduces the pressure and noise on everybody, and it can make things a lot better before you have to go see a doctor. So what do I mean by eat? Eat would be, not too much, not too little. Don't eat inflammatory foods. Make sure you're getting enough water and hydration, especially now in Arizona with, the heat. Rest. That's getting a good night's sleep every night, having a wind down routine at night. That's also, we have a parasympathetic nervous system, a rest and digest nervous system that digests our food. We can't be in that fight or flight mode running around when we're trying to digest, like you were saying, Michelle. It, that kind of is, puts things at odds and we don't digest properly. So we need to be, kind of in a mindful, quiet state when we eat our food, be around happy people.
Amen to the happy people thing.
Absolutely.
And nothing worse than being around a bunch of Debbie Downers or negative gossipy people or business people who are all about tearing you down instead of building you up.
That's right.
I just eliminate those things from my life like instantaneously.
Yeah, and we get that also.
Shorter and shorter every time.
Absolutely. And a lot of people will look at their phone and read social media while they're eating, and it's the exact same thing as what you're talking about. You need to just be in a quiet, relaxed state with kind of happy people around. The move piece, you got to exercise at a minimum, walk, move around 20 minutes a day, get up from your desk every now and again, move around, break a sweat once a week. All the studies coming out now are telling us that it's literally that easy. It's 3,000 steps a day, not 10,000 steps that give people, longevity. So it's just a matter of focusing in and making that happen and moving around a little bit. And then, putting a little stress on the muscles, lifting some weights that keeps the bones dense, the muscles moving, the lymph moving. So, doing that every once in a while is a good thing as well. And that can be as simple as just body weight exercises at your desk. And then finally, there's that connect piece. And like we're saying, you need to be around happy people. The longer I go doing this, the better I think that, spirit is the one cure-all, having a positive, happy spirit. And that means you got to be around happy people. That means you got to be content, connecting with yourself, whether that's a meditation practice or just being in tune with, who you are and what you do. And, and also just connecting with nature. You got to be outside. I know it's really hot right now. It's really hard to, climb Camelback, except unless it's in the dark practically, but,
early, dang it.
Yeah, but we got to get out. You got to get out and connect with nature. You need to be among, the green trees. You need to be among the red rocks and, and all those sorts of things. And, and for a lot of people, that nature is also, some sort of, God or a higher being or spirit that they, have a spiritual life as well. And, those things, connect us all together and, and really are great for our health. And, again, all the studies coming out now say that, these are the things that are a little bit harder to quantify in science, but they make the biggest difference to overall health.
This is the decision I made last year was I was going to stop segmenting the things that I am. So philanthropy, health and fitness, art and fashion, and entrepreneurism is my life. That's been my life. I grew up in a bicycle store in Vermont. Health and fitness has always been part of my thing. I've been a trainer a yoga teacher, health coach for 35 years. And I used to segment it out. And I realized, God, I'm not being a good example. You have to be of service. And for me, service is a God and spirit connection. And you have to take care of your body. People take better care of their cars than they do their bodies.
True.
And being creative and whatever your creativity is, whether it's making art or it's cooking or whatever it is, it's creating businesses. I mean, there's all kinds of different creativity. It's a very important part of connecting with your inner person, not being a cookie cutter person.
That's right.
Getting out there and making a living, whether you work for someone or you work in or for founded a nonprofit or you have your own business. Being able to sustain yourself is a very important part of being healthy. So that's what Relentless Talk Radio is about, everything you just said.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we resonate with each other. That's why we love each other. We can talk.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're presenting on August 14th, which is coming up here pretty quick, and with Chef. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, she's Chef Céline Fabre. She's a Michelin-trained French chef. She's absolutely amazing. She does private meals for all kinds of clients, but she has a really great grasp on how the interaction of food and health. And we're going to be presenting a lunch and learn next week at the Arizona Healing Center. This is up on Raintree in North Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. It's going to be from 11:15 to 1:15. We're going to be talking about the connection of food and health, especially like high cholesterol, diabetes, and one of my specialties is autoimmune disease. These are things where conditions where the body attacks itself, such as rheumatoid arthritis or celiac or Crohn's. These are things we'll talk about the role of food and very simple things you can do to stay healthy.
So can you do me a favor and put a link in the comments below to that event, and people can find you. Also put a link to the Chambers Clinic website so people can see the stuff that you guys are doing. And, if also you could put a link to that event in the Relentless Talk Radio Health and Fitness group, which people can join. Right now the link isn't active during the live broadcast, but there will be an active link in the comments shortly after this broadcast that allows you to link the Relentless Talk Radio Health and Fitness group, where we have over 45 health and wellness professionals posting on there on a daily basis. There'll be a morning, afternoon, and evening post from folks like Dan and Dr. Keith and Michelle Mills and all kinds of people that are experts in different types of wellness-related and fitness-related activities. So, Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing comments for you in that group and working with you more. I really appreciate what Chambers Clinic is doing for me as I prepare for the OCB Slayer Classic on August 18th, where I get to get into a little tiny bikini on a big stage. And it's really not about vanity for me. What it's about is showing people that at almost 52 in October, you don't, after having huge injuries, a lot of personal setbacks, you don't have to just kind of sit on the couch and wither away and just fade away. You can still walk confidently in your own skin. And setting a goal for myself and showing how to stick to that over the past 21 weeks has been my goal for that project. And so everybody can watch me on August 18th. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to shoot it live or not. I might not be brave enough, but we'll see. So Dan, I really appreciate what you're doing at Chambers Clinic. I appreciate you coming on today. Make sure you put your contact information. So give me your website and your telephone number for the podcast listeners.
You got it. Folks can find me very easily at drdanwool.com. It's drdanwool.com. And at Chambers Clinic, we're 480-389-3265. And I'll put all the extra info down in the show notes.
Thanks so much, Dan. Have a good rest of your day. And we're going to move on to segment 3, which is the art and fashion segment. And we have Gail Friend, who's the founder of Center Stage Suits. She's my suit sponsor for the OCB Slayer Classic. So we're going to hear from her right after this. So everybody come on back in a couple minutes.
Thanks, Michelle.
Take care.